What's up, class? This is going to be a quick tutorial on functions. We've gone over this a lot in class, but just so you have it to fall back on if you ever get confused. Functions are written in the script window or the editor window. It's a script file, and it's allowed to be, or it's made to be used in a command window, and it kind of helps speed up the process for you. Okay, so we're just going to do a basic example and then build off of it so you can see different options in terms of inputs, outputs, and what they mean. Okay, so if you go back to your tutorial and look, here's kind of the syntax for it. Function has to be written no matter what. Then the outputs are put in brackets. If it's one output, no need for a bracket, then assignment operator. Then function name, you create that, and then you put the inputs in the parentheses. Okay, so let's start that function. Okay, space. We're just going to do one output and one input first. Okay, so f or y equals example 1, since I already have an example saved here. Okay, and then I'm going to say x is the input. Okay. So then if you want to do comments, this y base x. Okay, so this solves for y based on what the user inputs for x. Okay, so then that's a comment, and I'm going to show you if you type in help and the name of your function, then it brings up this comment or any other comments you write. Okay, so then the key is that x is used in here to give you an output of y. So y equals, I'll just say something very simple, 2 times x plus 3. Okay, and I want to suppress it because I don't want to double thing. Once again, you're going to see how as I get through it, but whatever you put in for y, I guess it's signed to whatever y is equal to, and y equals 2x plus 3. So then we got to save it. Save as example 1. Okay, so you need to save it as the same name as your function. If you don't do that, then it won't work. Okay, and command window, all you do is type in y if you want equals example 1, and then whatever you want x to equal to 2. Okay, and then you can suppress it. Okay, and now y is equal to 7, and that's because 2 times 2 plus 3 equals 7. Now you don't have to use y, you can use whatever you want. So you can use a equals example 1, 4. Now a is equal to, oops, z is not equal to anything. A is equal to 11. So once again, whatever you plug in the place of y, so a's in the place of y, wherever in the lines of code following the function, a takes the place of y. So in this situation, a equals 2 times 4 plus 3, which equals 11. Okay, so now I'm going to update this so we have 2 inputs. Okay. Let's make it t. Okay, so then plus t. So 2x plus t is y. So now when I go here, I say a equals, or z equals example 1, 1, and 2, or 2 and 3, sorry. And so that's 2 times 2 plus 3 should equal 7 once again. And z equals 7. Okay, so once again, your first number you plug in is plugged into whatever x is, second number is plugged in whatever t is. And you can do as many as you like. You can do 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And now let's change the number of outputs. Okay, sorry this is a weird tutorial. I'm sitting in the track room after going for a run because I don't have access to MATLAB just like you guys. Okay, so I'm a little out of it. But let's see. Bracket. Okay, I'm going to make it z. Okay, so now we have 2 inputs, or 2 outputs, 3 inputs. Okay, so we got to make sure we're not using z or u in these lines of code, so that's why they're highlighted or underlined. Okay, So now I'm going to say z equals y times u. Okay? So this is random. I'm just making this up on the spot, so don't read into it at all. Okay? Okay, so there we go. All of a sudden, y equals 2 times x plus t, which are our first two inputs, and then z equals whatever y is equal to from the previous line of code times u squared, which is our third input. Okay, so let's automatically save. That's the cool thing if I click here. Okay, so then I go, this is the tricky thing, so let me do a mistake for you so you can see why it goes wrong. Okay, so if I say t equals function, I won't use t. Let's say a equals function. And I go 1, 2, 3. And function doesn't make any sense. It's in there. Example 1. So if I say a equals example 1, 2, 3 is my three inputs. Okay. It doesn't. So y. So a is equal to 4. Okay. Which is 2 times 1 plus 2. But z should be equal to 2 times or 4 times 3 squared, but it's not. Z is equal to 7, and that's because I didn't put the second input in. So let's do this again. I'm going to clear my input so you have a better, or my workspace so you don't see the variables. Okay. So then let's go here. I'm going to do AB equals example 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And real quickly, think what A is going to be equal to. Think what B is going to be equal to. Okay. And then we're going to check it. Okay, so A equal to 4, and then B is equal to, and that's because it's 2 times 1 plus 2, and then B is equal to Y, which is 4 now, or A, which is 4, times U squared, which is 3. So A times 3 squared is A times 9, or 4 times 9 is Z. So then Z equals, oh, I'm an idiot, I'm not paying attention. It's not Z, it's B was used as the output, but it's plugged in the case of Z, so B is equal to 36, not Z. So that's a good mistake to make to show you what's actually going on. So once again, scroll up. My outputs were A and B, so A was assigned to Y, B was assigned to Z. My inputs were 1, 2, 3, so 1 was assigned to X, 2 was assigned to T, and 3 was assigned to U. So then in these two lines of code, you just take those, and so instead of plugging X, T, U, and you plug 1, 2, 3, and instead of Y and Z, it's A and B. Okay? Cool. And then one last thing is help example 1. This solves for Y based on what the user puts for X. So that's just that first comment I put up here. So if you want someone else to be using this, or if you're going to forget what it exactly does, you can create your own help menu, which is pretty darn cool. So now you're just kind of seeing how the MATLAB predefined functions are made. Okay. So once again, sorry for this being the least animated tutorial ever. Once again, I'm in the track room because I don't have access to MATLAB like you. Cool. Thanks a bunch.